The tariffs introduced by the president include a 10% universal tariff, as well as reciprocal tariffs on 60 different countries that the U.S. trades with. And these tariffs are additive, meaning that each country has to pay that universal tariff on top of the reciprocal tariffs for each targeted nation. An Ohio-based company has already had to adjust prior to yesterday's announcement. Steelmaker Cleveland-Cliffs announced just last week that it was laying off 600 workers in Michigan and 630 workers in Minnesota in order to mitigate falling demand due to Trump's tariffs previously. Now, what's on most people's minds is what, if anything, will become more expensive in the coming weeks and months as these American companies deal with tariffs and then adjust their prices accordingly. And for reference, Trump added tariffs to imported washing machines during his first term. And what happened with that is that the median price of that appliance jumped more than 11%, adding about $86 to the cost of a new unit. And that's according to research at the University of Chicago. Now, 3 things to pay attention to. Your iPhone and TVs. Almost all iPhones are still manufactured in China, and that's according to the Council of Foreign Relations. Next, automobiles. In addition to President Trump's previously announced 25% tariff on auto imports, imported autos will also face that 10% universal tariff. American consumers could end up paying an additional $2,500 to $5,000 for the lowest cost American car. And clothing and shoes. A bunch of those items are sold in stores like Walmart and Target, but they're manufactured outside the U.S., with China, Vietnam, and Bangladesh being the biggest exporters. So all 3 nations will face reciprocal tariffs, 34% for China, 46% for Vietnam, and 37% for Bangladesh. In addition, I talked to Jungle Gyms about any immediate changes they're seeing in our food products.
The 2 that are immediately feeling the squeeze have been our seafood department as well as produce. And that's because on the seafood side, a lot of processing is done outside of the country. And then as far as produce goes, well, we purchase a lot of produce from other countries. So things coming in through Mexico and Canada, things of that nature. And those 2 departments both gave me the data of a 25% increase that they're seeing in their costs.
If you want your tariff rate to be 0, then you build your product right here in America.
Now, that messaging from the president has remained consistent. Other products to pay attention to prices that we could see increase are coffee and chocolate, wine and liquor, and furniture. I'm Cassie Arsenal. That's your consumer tip. Back to you.
Keep up with it.
Local 12 knows every dollar counts.
People are getting sticker shock.
Milk,
Meat, beans, and potatoes.
everything is just going up.
Cassie Arsenault is tracking the price of everyday items. Weeknights on Local 12 and 24/7 on local12.com.